Hey, everybody. So we are very blessed and very fortunate to have the actress Jasmine Burke, who many of us know on this channel as Dr. Christy Johnson from Boss TV Saints and Sinners. We have her here with us today. Jasmine, I want to thank you. I really, really appreciate you taking the time out to bless me and my humble channel with your presence today.
Yes, absolutely. Hi, everybody. I'm so excited to be here. You do not understand. You do the best. Your reviews are like so good. And I learned so much just from watching your reviews about my own show.
Thank you. We are learning from you, and I'm humble. Trust me, I'm humble. I didn't even know, honestly, that anyone watches other than maybe like everyday people. I didn't know anyone from the show actually watches my channel, and now I'm gonna be even more nervous to do my discussions in the future. So thank you for being here.
You're welcome. I'm happy to be here.
Thank
just
you.
So you know, if it wasn't for you, if it wasn't for the dedicated fans and the people who love Saints and Sinners and show up to the show every Sunday, and even when we go away for our hiatus, and everyone is like, when are you coming back? When are you coming back? If it was not for everybody, we would not have this. So any opportunity I get to show my appreciation to you, to the supporters, I'm there. Sign me up.
Thank you. It's reciprocity. Energy back and forth. I love it. And I thank you. So Jasmine, I have been on your Instagram account. I've been following you anyway, but according to your bio, it says on your Instagram account that you are an actress, a filmmaker, a mentor, an author of the book, which I see actually is behind you. Work Your Audition, available on Amazon. And I'm also going to leave the link to your book, the Amazon link, in the description box, because I am an Amazon affiliate, so I get paid for that too as well. But I'm gonna leave the link in the description box. But I do have some icebreaker questions, because we know you on this channel more as the actress who plays Dr. Christy Johnson, but I personally don't really know you. So do you mind if I give you 3 icebreaker questions?
Let's go. Let's break the ice.
Awesome. Okay. So the first question I have is, if you had a time machine and could go back either in the past or go forward into the future, which would you do, if at all, and why?
Ooh, nice question. Let's see. I don't know. They say you're not supposed to think about the past. It's over. It's gone. And I think about that sometimes. If I could go back and change certain things, I would want to. There are certain things in my life, situations that I wish I would have made different choices. And I always wonder, where would those different choices have led me? But then I think about some of the catastrophes that I've gotten into from the choice that I actually did make. And I'm like, I would have not wanted to go through the catastrophe, but I gained a lot of resilience from being able to go through it and come out and still be my bright, loving self. And so it just really showed me my own strength. So maybe I wouldn't want to go back, because I wouldn't be the person I am today if I changed some of those choices. So then I think about going forward. I'm so obsessed with the future. I'm like, okay, what's going to happen? I daydream all the time. I'm a daydreamer. I put the visions in my mind, and I see it and I feel it and I touch it. And so I'm so excited about my future, your future, everybody's future. Yes. So I'm like, maybe I would want to go into the future, but would I want to stay there? And if I went there, would I miss something now? So you see how my mind works? I'm a thinker. I'm very analytical.
It's a beautiful thing. And this,
so I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I wouldn't want to go to the future, because then maybe I might miss a beautiful moment in the now. So I don't know. I just answered that in 5 different ways.
I love it. And actually, this isn't one of the questions, but what you just explained and how your mind works like that, especially looking into the future like that, then going back to the present, does that help you when it comes to being a filmmaker? Is that because of the way that your mind works? Do you think that helps you when it comes to being a filmmaker?
Yes, because you have to be creative and imaginative. Like if you don't have an imagination, like if you can't see a situation from 5, 6 different angles, you cannot be the best creative person that you can be, because being an artist asks you to think about what's not there. It constantly requires you, not even asks, it requires you to think about what's not there and make it real. And to do that, you have to be able to see what's not there. And you have to see ahead, you have to see forward, you have to see the sides of the situation. So, yes.
May I ask, is there any actor that you have not had a chance to work with, but that you really, really want to work with?
Oh my gosh, there's so many. One of them, unfortunately, he's not with us anymore. Mr. Shoot, that's crazy. Okay, so yeah, there's so many, but I'm thinking of some that are not with us anymore. Philip Seymour Hoffman. Oh my gosh, he was this amazing to me, and he could do everything: comedy, drama. He was his beautiful self at all times. So I wish I would have been able to work with him. That would have been fun. But then there's some that are still with Mr. Sidney Poitier. There's so many, but Betty Davis, Joan Crawford. I wish I could have worked with them. But yeah, there's a lot. But let me think today. Let's say who's living. Okay, it's a lot of dead people I'm talking about right now. God rest their souls.
Right.
Living, I would say. I really love. Oh my! See, that's a good. I should know this. There are a few. Mm-hmm. I would say Miss Angela Bassett. I cannot wait to work with her. I'm looking forward to that.
If you could remake any film, which film would you remake?
None. Oh my gosh. I'm the type of person. Look, I'm the type of person. I'm like, if it was done right the first time, let it be. Let us just live with that beautiful memory. Not to say if someone approached me about a remake, I wouldn't do it. I mean, I would, but there's not one that I'm oh, I have to remake that, because if it was something that I loved, I just want to keep it right there in that beautiful memory and just live with it.
Awesome. I'm sure a lot of subscribers would agree with that. They do not like remakes. I don't know if you heard, there's a remake of House Party, and I just recently did a video about that. Oh. Yeah, so there's another, I think it's the 5th or 6th. I think it's the 6th. I'm not sure. It's been a lot. I think it's the 6th one though.
Another House Party is gonna be Kid and Play?
No, I don't think so. According to their interviews that they've done on other platforms, they're not a part of the project. So
yeah. Oh my God, you have to have Kid and Play. It's not a house party without Kid and Play.
Make a surprise.
Oh my gosh! Somehow, some way, they have to be involved, because I couldn't see doing a remake and not involving the original legends of some sort that were involved in making it legendary. Some ways, how they did with West Side Story, what Steven Spielberg just did. He brought Miss Rita back in for a part. And I'm pretty sure he probably would have did that with Natalie Wood if she was still with us, different people. But you have to incorporate the people that made it that a legendary classic in the first place.
I agree.
I mean, even if you don't probably give them a main part, some kind of clever way, incorporate them some kind of way, so that it seems like the story is continuing, even if it's a brand new story, right, from scratch, but it just still gives you that reminiscent feeling of who made it what it is, Yes.
And it would be nice if they could bring back Tisha Campbell as well. And
AJ.
Yes, that's her name. Yes, that would be nice. And LeBron, I believe it's LeBron James, him and another guy, Maverick Carter, if I'm not mistaken, is their production company that's putting it together. So I feel like with them, they may surprise us. They may surprise us and bring them back. We don't know.
I hope so. Yeah, you have to bring back Tisha and AJ. Even the one, who was the woman? She was I can't remember her name. She's so beautiful, but she was the vixen in the movie, the love interest.
I don't remember. Is it the one from Friday? She also was in Friday, because I know House Party 3. Kid had Is it not Kid's wife in House Party 3? Is it like
no. The one where the guy was like, her name was Demita. You don't want to play with my frog?
I don't remember. There's so many of them. I don't remember.
It was the first one. The very first one.
I don't remember. I remember House Party 3 more than anything.
She was the one okay, so one of them, right, was trying to go with her. And the light-skinned one, he had to go pick her up from her house. Remember?
I would have to Google it.
Okay. Well, they had to bring her back because I saw something on Instagram recently where they showed a picture of her now. Oh. And she is still bad, honey.
Wow. I believe it. They all look beautiful, though. They all looking good. Yeah, they take good care of themselves.
Who do you think they would get to play the new Kid and Play, though? Because they have to be able to dance. They have to know how to dance. Because I don't want to see somebody trying to be cool. Like, I want to see like how was Kid and Play.
Right.
And they were dancing, and they was like, who's gonna play them?
They have them. I don't. It's in my video. I can't remember their names, but they do have two young men. One of them, he sings, and he's an actor as well. The names are not coming to me. I would have to Google it, but okay. I know one does sing, and he's an entertainer as well as, or a performer as well as an actor. He's actually getting ready to be in the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre that's coming out on Netflix later on this year. I cannot remember.
They doing another Texas Chainsaw, girl. Was this like the 50th Chainsaw Massacre?
Right.
I'm telling you, how many chainsaws do they have in Texas?
Right. I thank you for participating in this banter with me. I better get back to Saints and Sinners for the subscribers beat me up. Okay. So I actually was doing some research and looking at like past interviews because I want to make this interview different than other interviews and not keep having you, repeat the same questions and answer the same answers. So when I looked at an interview from 2018, it was with the cast of Saints and Sinners, and Clifton Powell, the actor who plays Rex on Saints and Sinners, he said that if it was not for Bounce TV, he feels like he wouldn't have had any opportunity. He felt like he was going to be living off his pension pretty much for the rest of his life. He felt like, he had a lot to be thankful for when it came to Bounce TV. I also saw you mention Swirl's film in this interview as well, that you thanked them because you said you felt like they took a chance on you because of the fact at that time, anyway, you were the only cast member from Atlanta. So my question to you is maybe repetitive, but how do you feel Swirl Films and Bounce TV and just this opportunity alone has catapulted your career and provided opportunities for you?
Well, wow. Swirl Films, I had worked with them for years before Saints and Sinners had came along. And it was through a casting director, George Pierre. And so I had done a short film for him. I flew myself in, and just did it for free because I just love what I do. Everybody's not built like, not to say I'm working for free all the time, but that particular project, I just really loved the story. And so I flew myself in, just did it, show love. And he didn't forget that. And so when he was moving up in his career and he started doing all the casting for Swirl, he would call me in for auditions. And through that, I built a relationship with Swirl. Swirl didn't remember me because I would do a lot of work for them for the Lolo. And I guess they didn't forget that. And that those relationships built by me just gambling on, not even gambling, but one, doing what I love to do, right? Like pure love to do what I do, right? And I had vision. So if certain people would call me, if I could see where it was going, if I got a good vibe from the persons or the people, I would go do the work and just, that would be it. As the years went by and these people started to grow more and more in their careers and businesses, they remembered me. And so when they received Saints and Sinners on their desk and they had the opportunity to produce it and cast it, they said, Jasmine Burke. So they called me in. I did the audition, sent the tape in, and I got the part. And so it was through relationship, years of relationship building. It wasn't just like boom overnight, and so then I finally got my series regular role with Saints and Sinners, and because I had done other TV shows like Army Wives and Vampire Diaries, and I was, recurring on those shows, and those were great opportunities. But Saints and Sinners gave me my series regular. If people don't know, it means that you're the star, one of the stars on the show. So when you're recurring, it means your character is there, a few episodes here and there. It's not anything that's solidified yet. Like your character just may come in 1 or 2 episodes or 3 episodes. Series regular, that's your show. The story is built around your character. You're there, you're in it. So Saints and Sinners gave me my first opportunity to prove that I could carry a starring role on a television series and hold my own amongst these legends like Clifton Powell and Vanessa Bell Calloway. So yeah, I Swirl and George Pierre, and and that's why I always stress to people, you got to have vision. You can't just, it's very strategic too, because I didn't just gamble like that on everybody, but certain gambles I did take, and those paid off.
Thank you. And thank you for explaining it to me, because I'm going to use that in my future videos, the difference between reoccurring and a regular. I appreciate that. I really do. Also in that story, I see the again, that whole theme of this whole conversation, reciprocity. So what you did, you basically sold your seeds by doing something for free, but then now you're reaping the rewards later. So that's something I think, you can elaborate on that. Do you feel like that is something that future or up and coming actors and actresses should take note of? Because in my mind, if I was an actress, I'd be thinking like, I'm not doing it unless I get paid.
Right. I mean, there comes a time in your career where you have every right to say that. Like you have every right to say, well, what is your budget? Okay, well, here's my fee. And that's what it is. There's no like, well, can you? No, this is what it costs to have me be a part of your project. And if you're not able to make that happen right now, totally understand. Would love to work with you in the future. Please keep me in mind when you are able to, and you move on. There does come a time. Like I feel I'm there now. I'm there now. But like we're talking about 12 years ago. We're talking about 15 years ago. I was not where I am now in my career, and I had not shown the world, oh, okay, you got the goods, girl, you can do this. I was still in that like proving phase, like that. Okay, where are the opportunities? Where can I get in? Where can I build relationships? Where can I just have the opportunity to show what I can do? Because your work speaks for you, and even though I did those pro bono opportunities, earlier on, I still had to get in there and show and prove, because you can get in there and do pro bono all you want. And if you don't do a great job, they're not going to call you back. Like it's no allegiance to you just because you were benevolent with your time and your talent. I still had to go in there and show out, and that's why Swirl kept calling me over the years. And then when they would call me, it would be attached with money. It would be, because we know what her value, she showed us on that screen that first time. So we know she's worth every penny. So it's like my work spoke for me, not my mouth,
right. Right.
So I just needed the opportunity to get in there and do my thing and show that God really has given me a gift. And if you give me this, if you entrust me with this responsibility, I am going to do an amazing job, not just for you, but for myself, because I owe it to me. That's why I'm put here to do this. And I did that, consistently. And that's why the opportunities kept getting bigger and the money went up. And because of that, people, they felt like if you call Jasmine Burke, we're going to have to pay her because she is going to be worth every penny. Like, we're not going to have to worry. Is she going to be able to do this? Like, no, we know she's the one. We know she can do it. She's done it time and time again. So let's go.
Okay. Thank you. So do you go into that further in your book?
Yes.
Okay.
And Work Your Audition. Yes, thank you. Work Your Audition. Available on Amazon.
I will be getting that, by the way.
Yes, please do.
But I just want the book.
Oh, thank you. But I share a lot of the stories. There's a lot of stories, personal stories in there that I share about my journey, like different huge projects that I auditioned for. And I go into detail about the process, how I didn't get the part, what happened during the process. I thought I had the part. And then this. So I talk a lot about my actual experiences so that people can learn from them. So as they're going through their actor journey and they're going through things, they see, oh, okay, this may be possibly be happening right now, or this may be going on, or okay, have faith because this might happen. You know, I go into those details, but then I also give you technical, real tools. That's why it says motivation and techniques to book the job, because having a gift is one thing. Knowing how to manipulate your gift is another thing. That's a skill set now. And I'm teaching you the techniques that I use to book parts like Saints and Sinners and all these different other great projects that I've been a part of. So it's real. It's nothing. I wrote every word myself. I didn't have a ghostwriter. I wrote every word myself, and I'm very proud. I'm very proud of the information that I'm putting out there to the world. I stand on it firmly.
Okay. I think that's pretty awesome that you mentioned you don't have a ghostwriter. I am familiar with things like that. So I think that's important because sometimes me personally, because I've learned about what ghostwriters are, I see celebrities put out books and I'll be thinking like, did you really write that? So I think that's very important that you mentioned that.
Yeah. And it's wrong with it. Wrong with it. You know, people want to use a ghostwriter because sometimes, you know, people may not have that technicality to write like that, and a ghostwriter can like help them get their thoughts out more. So, you know, hey, but for this, it was so personal because I'm sharing with you my acting journey, you know, not something somebody told me, but I really wanted to, because there were certain things like Making the Band, like when I was a finalist on there, you know, people throughout the years have always asked me questions about that experience and like what happened at the season finale. And I go into detail for the first time, like, wow. And so, you know, so this is my life. So I just took the time to write it for people to read and prayerfully learn something that really helps them excel on their journey.
Thank you. And also a lot of people are charging far more than you are for that book, for what you're teaching in that book. So I believe we all should get that book. So, okay, Jasmine, if it's okay with you, I'm going to go ahead and ask the questions that the subscribers had, because I asked them to ask the questions instead of me asking them. So I have a subscriber by the name of Michelle Barrett. I hope I'm saying her last name correctly. She asks, are you anything like the character that you play on Saints and Sinners? And what is one positive thing you could say about the character you are playing?
Well, through this conversation, I'm pretty sure you've probably gotten a sense of the answer to that question, whether I'm really like Dr. Christie or not. And I would say, well, wait, let me ask you. That would be fascinating. I'm going to answer it, but just from talking to me now, and because you know this show, like you've been watching it, am I different than what Dr. Christie is like?
I feel like it depends on what season. I feel like, yes, you are different. You are 100% different. But, you know, Dr. Christie and you are both radiant. I can say that much. You're both very beautiful and very radiant. However, Dr. Christie, I don't know. Depends on what season. Because I would say this last season, of course, you know, she's getting some morality back. But them first seasons, she did Levi wrong.
What? Oh! So you feel Levi was getting done wrong? He was getting cheated on and just
hilarious.
But yeah, I would say I did put a lot of myself into Dr. Christie, so so I can see like us treading the line. Like a lot of Jasmine Burke is in a lot of Dr. Christie. But then when it comes to like the fantasy part of the show, like the devious things that people get up to, like I've never cheated on my man before or any of my fiancés. I've been engaged.
I'm gonna have you elaborate. Wait a minute. That caught me off guard. A new book coming out real soon. Because some of us trying to get one, let alone multiple.
So not to get off the subject for too long, but I just want to share this because it's something I'm thinking about. I really want to talk to women about this because it's not hard to get a man or to be, have him want to marry you. Like, it's not hard.
I love you. I love you. I will be there when you're ready. I follow you on IG. You put that up on IG. I will be there.
Okay. I've really been thinking about talking to women about this because, and I've never talked about these kinds of things in public before, but and all of my fiancés are great, shout out to all of them, much love. Still cool with them, all that, but it's women, I'm telling you right now, we really hold the power. Like, it is, if a man ever tries to make you feel like it's any different, he is the devil, just walk away. I'm telling you right now, because we really are very special creatures. Like, when God made women, he really took his time. He really thought about us. He designed us. Like, he gave us special purpose and he gave us power. When Adam and Eve, he gave Adam and Eve dominion over everything. He said, this is all yours. So women should never feel like, in situations with men, like we have to do anything extra. Like, we could show, like, right now I don't have on any makeup, right? I just got my lashes done. And I could show up right now, honey. I could be in a pair of sweatpants. And it's not because I'm Jasmine Burke. Trust me. No, get that out of your mind. Because I just thought about that. I'm like, somebody might say, well, you on TV. And when I'm out and about, people do notice me for sure. But a lot of times people don't. And they just, if a man comes up to me, he's coming up to me because he just sees a woman that he feels drawn to. Yeah. When a man sees me, he's just drawn. He just sees a woman. Like, you right now, you're so beautiful. Go, you can walk outside right now. I'm telling you, with your workout clothes on, a man is going to come up to you. It's a certain thing we have to be feeling. And we're like magnets to men. Just ladies, FYI, we are literally a magnet to a man. Like, a man, the reason why men work hard is to get a woman. The reason why men make money is so he can take care of a woman. A reason why a man wants to drive a nice car is so a woman can look at him. A reason why men put on clothes is so hopefully a woman can see him in these clothes. Like, everything men do, don't let them fool you. Everything they do is for us, for our attention, for our nurturing, for our caressing. Like, so if we just really keep that in mind in everything we do, we will never feel pressure. We will never feel awkward. We will never feel inadequate. Like, we will never feel that. And when we deal with men, it's on our terms. It's like, and it's not something that we have to say. It's really just a vibe that you have about yourself. And a man knows, like, okay, well, let me just say, okay, I don't want to get off it too much, but I would say one last thing.
You're okay.
when we deal with men, we have to let them know what we want, straight up front, to the point, like, and in a very nice way, after not like the first time you're meeting him, of course, because you're filling him out. Men are auditioning. Men are auditioning for us. It is not the other way around. And that's really all you have to, like, get in your mind. Just shift your mindset to that. And it's not even in a, like, sedity, uppity way. It just really is the design of life. Right. And any man that says different does not have any awareness of God, himself, or his real purpose in life. So I'm not saying anything conceited. I'm talking about biblical things at this point. Like, men are auditioning for women.
I love it. Like I said, whenever you come out with that conversation, let me know on Instagram and I will make sure I join it and watch it. So thank you for that. I think the subscribers are going to love that surprise in this interview, by the way. Okay, so I'm seeing it's letting me know. Zoom, unfortunately, is letting me know we have less than 10 minutes. So I'm going to do my best to get these questions out to you because they're just subscriber questions. Okay, so there's a subscriber by the name of Stephen Donald. He asks, I try not to say ask. He asked, did the cast members have any input on the direction of this wonderful drama? And are any of you close in real life?
Oh, so we don't have any say so in the direction of the show. So when we show up I think maybe Vanessa might have some say so because she is an executive producer on the show as well. Kudos to her. Okay. Go Vanessa. But other than that, the rest of us, we just wait for the scripts. That's it. We get the scripts. But Nigel, our showrunner, and even Ty, who created Saints and Sinners at the time when she was still there, they're totally open. Like if we come to them and we're like, hey, I don't really understand, like, why is Christy doing this now? Like, how did she go from that to that? Like, where are we going with this? And they'll take the time and explain to us like what their vision is, why it's happening. And really, for the most part, that's it. It's just more of a conversation for understanding, but it's never a situation where we're in there like, well, I don't want to do this. And that's not what I think should happen next. I think this should happen. And then that happens. No, we just follow the script. And are any of us close in real life? Not really. We come, we do our work for the season, and then we go our separate ways. And we really don't see and talk to each other until it's time to film again. And that's fine, because everybody on the show is so busy and talented and doing so many different things. So we're castmates, or we're colleagues.
Okay, understand. Lainey Moses, it kind of has more of a rant. She says that she feels like 8 episodes is rushing the finale, and she feels as though Bounce TV should give the fans an explanation as to why they have decided to end the show after 8 seasons. What do you think about that?
Lainey, you said her name was Lainey?
Yes, Lainey Moses.
Lainey Moses, I agree. Like, I think that would be nice. I think that would be really nice because it is abrupt. We all feel it too. You're not alone. Like the whole cast, like we did not know the show was ending until we showed up to film it, and we were in hair and makeup trailers, and whispers were going around like this is gonna be the final season. And I'm like, we're like, who said that? And they're like, yeah, we think it's gonna be the final. And we're like, did nobody tell us? Like, what? So we were filming the season like, is this true? And towards the end they kind of confirmed it that it was gonna be the end, and we were just like, okay. Wow. So I agree with Lainey. It would be great to know why, because we don't know why. Just FYI. Yeah, we don't know why either. Like no one came to us informally. No one has actually even come to us and formally let us know. Like it was just said around the set. And then like one of the producers said it just like casually, like, oh yeah, it's gonna be the last season at Bounce. But like Bounce or no one has come and gave us like a formal anything to say, oh, this is why, and this is we're here just like you. So it feels cold. It's sad.
It feels cold. I don't like that. That feels cold because y'all been on there for 6 years. It feels cold. Is that just like, not that this is one of the questions, but is that just how showbiz works sometimes?
I think it can work like that, but I think when you have a hit show like ours it's the number one show. Numbers do not lie. I was so shocked when I read the press releases, like from the previous seasons and stuff, just saying what all the shows that we surpassed on Sunday nights, like shows like Big Little Lies on HBO. That show has everybody on it. Nicole Kidman, Zoe Kravitz, but Saints and Sinners surpasses them. Wow. And we don't have a third of the marketing that they get or anything. So just to know that we're that successful, you would think that someone would want to just kind of like talk to us and say, well, thank you so much for all your hard work, but we're going in this direction now because of this. But yeah, it hasn't happened.
Well, can I just say thank you for your hard work. Thank all of you with Saints and Sinners for your hard work. We appreciate you all, just so you know. I just wanted to take some time out to say that. I'm seeing it's telling me I have less than 3 minutes. Let me see if I can get some more. Some more of these questions. Okay, Janaea Johnson. Actually, she pretty much asked what you just mentioned. She asks, is it bittersweet being that the show ends in one more episode, or do you feel like it's ending right on time on the high note that it's on?
It's definitely ending on a high note, but it's not there's no closure. Like, it's wide open. So the show can continue. We just really need the fans to write into the network. Like, it's really about what the fans say. If the fans beat down that door, it's going to open. But, you know, if we just say, oh, we're so sad it's ending, and that's it. But if the fans go to the network, even if it's another network, if you think it should be somewhere else, go beat down their door, like, get together, right? You know, like, I've seen this happen for, what was that show? Game, something about the game. Is it the game?
Is it the game?
What is it with Wendy Raquel and
yes, the game.
Mm-hmm. The game. Yes. The game has been coming back for like 10 years, like in different formations. So I love to see that. I was like, wow, that's so cool. So I believe Saints and Sinners can do the same thing if the fans make enough noise.
Okay. And less than a minute left. Okay. So how is that possible, by the way, because I know I have other questions, but I have to ask that. How is that possible? What exactly would be the steps to, like, what network? How would that work? Is it just writing into Bounce TV? How would that work?
Yeah, writing into Bounce TV, like enough letters coming to Bounce TV, or emails coming to Bounce TV saying you got to bring this show back. Even petitions, like sending that to the other networks where you might want to see it, and writing to them as well in that same format, and just being persistent about it.
Okay. I appreciate that. And I'm sticking that in my pocket, just so you know.
Okay.
Karen Hayward, she wants to know, what would be your next project after the ending of Saints and Sinners, and will it air on Bounce TV?
Okay, so my next project, I'm starring in this amazing thriller entitled Let Us Make Eve. And this is exclusive. This is my first time ever even talking about it. I've mentioned that I'm filming internationally, but I didn't say what it was. But now I can say it's called Let Us Make Eve. It's a wonderful thriller starring myself, Andrea Bordeaux, and some other really great talents. We're shooting in Belize. And we are about to really make noise in Hollywood with this one. It's a cinematic classic. It's so original. When I read the script, I had never read anything like it before. And that's how I knew it was special. So I said, when just sinners saved by grace.